So this case study is of a wedding videographer, a client of mine. And I'd begun coaching this client who'd been in business as a wedding videographer for several years. He had been successful before, mainly with word of mouth. But things changed and the referrals began to dry up. What had changed? Well, a few different things, but namely, social media came to town. And perhaps you've heard that big changes present big opportunities. The more dramatic the paradigm shift, the greater the opportunity. What was great was that this client was quite open-minded about seizing the big opportunities that the shift in media was experiencing as a result of social media. And we created a social media marketing plan. And I'll share with you what the goals were and then what the results were. Because I want to share with you, this is a regular business guide. This is not Coca-Cola, this is not Honda, this is not AT&T. This is a solopreneur, an entrepreneur without a big marketing budget who was able to make a major gain in his business by using social media efficiently and smartly. So here's what we set out to do. We had four primary goals. And the first one was we wanted to build his brand by increasing the know, like, trust factor and increasing awareness. Perhaps you've heard of know, like, trust. It's important that people know us and they get to like us and then they begin to trust us and they're not going to buy from us before that happens. So that's really key. Social media can help make that happen faster than some of the other media out there. We also wanted to attract more prospects to his website and to his social media channels. The third thing that we wanted to do was expand his referral network with past and current customers, in his case, brides. And the fourth thing was we wanted to expand his referral network within the industry with venues and vendors and other providers in his industry. So those were the four goals that we had. And so here's what happened. His name, his logo, and his reputation became much more widely known. By creating a consistent, repetitive impression, which is key, we made his brand look exactly the same across all the media. So when somebody saw his logo, his name, his company, it looked the same everywhere they saw. Same photo, same description of the service, same everything. And as that continued to roll out, that increased the familiarity because the more often you see the same thing, the more comfortable you are with the familiar. This is what we call air cover in the PR and marketing world. So this provided air cover. Okay, yeah, I've seen that guy. I know of that guy. I don't even know where I know of that guy, but I've seen him. I remember that logo. And it makes it much easier to continue communicating more marketing and public relations messages as well as efforts. Humans are drawn to familiarity. This is just a super normal thing. So representing his brand consistently across all these channels made recognition and familiarity happen much more organically with his targeted audience. So for our second goal, which was to attract more clients from the website and from social media, we did really well. We, in fact, did better than that. We got more leads coming in from the website. We had leads coming in from social media. We actually added an additional revenue stream from social media, and we got a PR bonus I'm going to tell you about. So that was actually 4 for 1. So we began by optimizing his website to his social media posts to the keyword list that we developed, the strategic keyword list that we worked together to develop. And we added more calls to action on the website, email, call, sign up, subscribe. And as a result, his site traffic went up. Incoming calls and emails went up. In fact, he had 30% year-on-year growth of calls to action improving from the previous year, and requests from brides began to come in through social media. It was awesome. It was really awesome. My client began posting video clips from weddings, receptions, and events that he shot, and he posted these on social media. And a photographer in another city actually noticed some of his videos. In fact, he was a drone pilot, a licensed drone pilot, and had great aerial footage that he would post on websites and on social media. Well, this photographer in another city saw the aerial footage, was pretty blown away by it. And he reached out to my client and said, hey, is this your footage? Are you shooting this drone aerial video? Because I have a reporter friend who's looking to do an article on drone videos being used for weddings. So what happened was, even though this is another city, a big city, but another city, not in the major area where my client typically works, this is still a PR opportunity that was amazing. We didn't even know how amazing it was going to be. So he interviewed my client. In fact, my client smartly invited him to attend one of the weddings that he was recording. And the reporter came out and shot and had great photos and a really good article. And this was pretty much all about my client and the trend of brides and grooms using drone video for their wedding video. Instant credibility, great for SEO, and it's always great to show prospects and people you're networking with that you've been featured in a story, as seen in. The article was picked up by sister papers and websites across the country. So my client ended up being featured in a story across the country on 30 different websites. Like, that's the dream right there. You can't even, it's hard to get. That's amazing. So super great for credibility, amazing SEO, because now he's got links coming into his website, gives him something to talk about, gives him something to blog about, and post in social media. Awesome, just awesome. I've been in marketing and public relations for a really long time, and I have seen people, companies, pay a lot of money for public relations and not get this kind of coverage. So this was really great. This is a matter of the harder you work, the smarter you are, the luckier you get. So then the third thing, did he begin receiving referrals from past brides and their friends? Well, before social media, it was really tough for my client to keep up with the past brides. They changed their names, they moved, they changed jobs, they changed emails, hard to find. So Facebook and Instagram make it a lot easier, because now he can just look them up and connect with them and then nurture the relationship with those past brides and ask them for referrals for their friends. Because if you think about it, brides who are getting married have other friends who are of marrying age, so it's a built-in referral network right there. And then what happens is they have babies, and sometimes they want photography and video of babies. So we all know that working with the client base you already have is the strongest place to start. So social media gave him an additional way to do this and do it really well. So another thing that was great about social media with the past brides is now they could share photos, videos, and specifically referrals with their friends really easily on social media. They didn't have to remember to write an email or make a phone call. Who talks on the phone anyway anymore? So this even opened up an additional revenue stream for my client. Here's what happened. Because social media has become so popular, and millennials in particular, who are of marrying age now, are all over it, he now has an additional revenue stream because he offers a quick turnaround social media clip add-on or upsell that he makes available to the brides. That gives them something they can see within the first week. Typically, they're still on their honeymoon, but they can't wait. They're so excited because they can show a little bit of this, a little bit of that, highlights from the wedding, and share it with their friends on social media. And that is what we do. That's what we love to do. So that's been an amazing, fantastic, kind of unforeseen extra that he's gotten as a result. You never know where these things are going to come from. And fourth, expanding my client's network into more referrals from industry vendors and venues was the fourth goal, as you may remember. And we did that. So what's happened is that my client has expanded his referral partners, his referral partner network, and seen his referral network produce 400% more referrals this year than last year. All because he's been focusing on nurturing the relationships and getting out there and meeting people. And one of the best practices that he does is when he has just come back from, sometimes when he's meeting new people, he connects with them right then and there on social media. And what does he do with that? Well, when they post something, he likes it, he shares it, he spreads love. And he's already nurturing the relationship. It's so much easier to do it, and it can happen instantly now, that it makes the know, like, trust factor happen in just a matter of, it can be minutes, really. So it's really an amazing opportunity. Not everything is going to go this way. I certainly can't represent that everybody will have this same level of success, but it's a great case study to share with you how powerful social media can be if you do it right. And you know what? The world's pretty forgiving, so if you do it wrong, you make a mistake, get back up, apologize, and move on to the next thing. That's what's nice, because the cycle is really, really short. And it just provides a great platform to be able to connect with and nurture relationships with so many people.